Hey guys, Nike here, and today I wanted to share a build that is one of the best, perhaps the best builds for solo PvE content. That build is Cavalier Bladesworn. It's insanely tanky, and yet gives up almost no offense in order to become that unkillable. This is a build that I originally saw Lord Hyzen developing during beta, and while it was still playable after the launch of End of Dragons, it's gotten even better since then with the most recent balance patch. I'm happy to share it with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. So what makes it so tanky? First, it uses full Cavalier gear, which is toughness main stat, so it's as armored as a gear set can be, while also bringing power and ferocity as secondary stats for damage. As we know, toughness without sustain does not make you actually all that tanky. Luckily, this build has significant incoming healing ability, because of the Grandmaster trait, Immortal Dragon, giving you a percentage of your dragon / damage back as healing. Massive amounts of toughness, combined with gigantic incoming heals, is a recipe for being an unkillable god in solo PvE. The big issue, though, with the build is that, as you can tell from the Cavalier stats, we have no precision, so we would not crit very well. We would only have the base crit plus what we get from Fury. Luckily, there are tools to work around this, and this build leverages them cleverly so that all our important big hitting skills never fail to crit. Lastly, as befitting a good solo PvE build, this build has very strong self-buffing capabilities. It can self-stack 25 might and perma-fury, along with the ability to maintain significant uptime of other boons, including key defensive boons like Aegis and Stability that contribute towards making face roll content out of anything in the open world. Have I sold it to you yet? If so, let's get into it. Alright, for gear we are going to use full Cavaliers in every slot. Our rune set is Superior Rune of Strength. This combo makes us super tanky and provides self-buffing capabilities and key offensive stats. For weapons we are going to use Axe and Pistol with Sigil of Visions and Sigil of Battle. Sigil of Visions allows us to always crit after we swap to Axe, which means our Dragon's Roar and other key Axe skills will always crit, which is very significant. Obviously, Sigil of Battle is going to help us with our might stacking. As far as food and consumables go, we are going to use Sweet and Spicy Butternut Squash Soup for our food. It gives us power and ferocity. It's the highest damage food that we can get. Pretty good. And for our utility, the optimal choice is Magnanimous Sharpening Stones, which gives us a ton of extra power. If you're on a budget, you can feel free to use Compact Hardening Sharpening Stones from your World v World portable provisioner. These are nearly as good and cost you essentially nothing, and the Magnanimous Sharpening Stones can be, in fact, quite expensive. For traits, we take Strength, Arms, and Bladesworn. In Strength, we are going to take Brave Stride, Forceful Greatsword, and Berserker's Power. We have a ton of options and optional traits in this trait line. Brave Stride gives us a ton of stability since we have so many movement skills between our weapon sets that we can be sure to always have stability up when we need it. However, if you know you won't need stability for any particular encounter, feel free to change it to Peak Performance for a free 5% damage boost. Berserker's Power can be changed to Might Makes Right if you find yourself in a situation where you need even more incoming healing and you're willing to sacrifice the damage to make that happen. That said, it isn't really necessary in almost any place because we have so much healing, but if you do feel like you need it, go for it. In Arms, we are going to take Signet Mastery, Sundering Burst, and Burst Precision. Signet Mastery in a long boss fight is going to help us build up an extra 300 ferocity, which is a huge amount of damage. And in fights with adds, we will get procs from the adds as well, so sometimes you can even build up the 300 ferocity in the first phase of a boss fight. Sundering Burst gives us a lot of vuln application, which in a solo situation is almost always just a straight damage increase for the build you're playing. And lastly, Burst Precision ensures that our Dragon Slash always crits. This is the key piece of our puzzle, along with Sigil of Visions, and it allows the build to do massive crit damage and have the massive incoming healing, despite investing 0 of our stat points from gear into precision. In Bladesworn, we're going to take River's Flow, Fiercest Fire, and Immortal Dragon. River's Flow is pretty great. Since we do spam our healing skill, we will get the increased flow rate as well as getting bonus flow rate after every Dragon Slash we do, as that heals us as well. The incoming healing modifier additionally is excellent for us because we do have tons of big incoming heals, and essentially you can think of it as if we're getting just a metric ton of healing power from our gear without having to invest anything into it. Since our build spams ammo skills, we will easily maintain 10 Fiercest Fire stacks during fights, which adds, of course, a fat damage modifier for us. And as I said in the introduction, Immortal Dragon gives us huge incoming heals when we Dragon Slash, and that is where the bulk of our sustain comes from. As far as gameplay goes, our goal is to Dragon Slash as much as possible. There's a ton of nuances to the gameplay, since your movement skills give you stability on demand, and you have a lot of Aegis skills that you have access to, so practice makes perfect. The goal is to use your utilities Combat Stimulant, Flow Stabilizer, and For Great Justice on cooldown. Use overcharged cartridges every time before you swap to Axe Pistol. Use Tactical Reload every time you run out of utility skills and or ammo skills on your Gun Saber. As far as gameplay goes, you will start on Gun Saber, use your utility skills, and use skills 2, 3, and 4 to build up Fiercest Fire attacks. Additionally, you can use skill 5 on your Gun Saber. It's not the highest damage skill, but it does give you Fury and can help contribute to Perma Fury uptime. You want to cast overcharged cartridges when your weapon swap is off cooldown, swap to Axe, use Pistol 5, aka Dragon's Roar, Pistol 4, Axe 2, Axe 3, and then begin channeling your Dragon Slash. If you need to maneuver a little bit, you can throw in an Axe auto chain if necessary. They should still crit because of the Sigil of Vision's uptime. Use your slash and repeat. It sounds rather easy, and in a sense, it is rather easy. But again, the nuance comes from knowing you have access to Aegis and stability more or less on demand, but they're not very long duration, and you get them from a lot of different skills, which means that to really master the build, you have to know what your skills do and what skills you have access to at any given time, and know which attacks you need to be prepared for. This makes a build great, in my opinion. It makes it easy to learn, hard to master. Alright guys, that is everything. Thank you for watching. Please leave any comments you have below. I'd like to hear what you have to say. I'm sure some people are going to really be interested in playing this build, so if you guys give a chance to play it after this video, please jump in the comments, let me know how you're finding it. I am really excited about this one, and I hope you guys love it. Have a great day.